The game is about to start. What an awesome studio Neo TV provides us here. On the left we see 120, on the right we see ReMinD, and in the middle there's the action happening. Welcome to all the YouTube guys who are not watching live. The recording has started. We talked about the tournament so far. The winner will take home 5,500 euros, but he has to beat Infi first and of course win this best of 3 as well. The runner-up will take 2,700 and rank 3 will take half of that, so 700 something. Alright, who's gonna drop out? Who will advance to Sunday's big final? It's on! 120 starting in the lower right. On the upper left we have the Night Elf called ReMinD, one of the greatest legends we have in this sport. He's a BlizzCon winner, he's a Worldwide Invitational winner, and he's of course the WCG winner of 2010. The first Korean who made it. It was not Moon, it was not Lin, it was not someone that we expected it to be, but I think I have to lower the quality a bit. Where is it? I don't know. Okay, maybe it's stabilizing here. It's a little cut off. Here we go. Okay, this should be perfect. Of course, played on the NetEase ladder. So if you want better in-game graphics, then go on and go for the WAC TV kind of client. ReMinD is playing the Demon Hunter, the obvious start. You can go for the Warden, but it's pretty hard on AI to get it to level 3. It's nice against the Undead. You can just Shadow Strike the DK, but I think Mana Burn in the end is worth more. 120 killing the first Sheeps to get the Skeletons and provide a little harass here right from the start. On the other side we see the obvious creep with the Engine of War at the orange spot. This is what we always see from the Night Elves here on this map. Interesting, best of 3 obviously. The one who takes the first map with a advantage in psychological terms. Especially 120, he's not that familiar with offline tournaments. He's 19 years old. This is his big breakthrough. He went to the grand final of the Warcraft Forever Cup, but that was online. His opponent was Fly and he lost that final 3-2. As I mentioned before, at WCA he didn't perform as well as we all thought. He's kind of an online kid so far, but maybe this is the time to make a name for himself. ReMinD, we talked about this before. He's back from the army, ditched the League of Legends coach's spot, and he's back now. The strongest Korean so far, definitely in this tournament. Maybe Lolite can catch up with him, but apart from that, he's definitely the strongest. The question is, these players had 1 week to prepare for their opponents, to prepare for Infi, and of course either 120 or ReMinD. Who did the better preparation? I think there's not that many replays from ReMinD. There is plenty of stuff from 120 because he plays all the iFang Cups, he plays all the other Cups here, and of course a lot of ladder replays as well. So DK first. From 120, here comes the harass. Skeletons already used, Demon Hunter level 2. And it's really lagging like crazy. Maybe I should turn the VPN on for Japan. Maybe it's a little better that way. But yeah. First detonate to get rid of the skeletons, though that didn't work as planned, and the ghouls creeping simultaneously. This is looking pretty okay for 120 so far. It's not the early game that wins you the game. The series, it is of course the mid and especially the late game. Pretty curious if he plays Destroyer or Worms. I have seen a lot of Worms tactics recently, but they all failed against the Night Elf. But yeah, 120 is definitely one of his kind. The only undead who can keep up with the Chinese humans, and definitely the closest one to beat them. And it is pretty laggy. How can I reduce the quality of the stream? Here? I don't know. I hope so. We'll see if this gets better. So risky little creep spot by ReMinD. Pretty ballsy to take that home. But okay, he has to cancel this. Second rod of Necromancy already on 120 side. Of course we don't have the in-game sound because the Chinese commentators are talking over it. There is no Dust of Appearance as far as I can tell. Nope, so the archers are all safe with Shadow Melt. And the ghoul supporting the creep. So once again, 120, not that crazy aggressive playstyle. Not going for the Moonwells, not going for arches, but trying to creep as fast as possible. And we see a lot of Moonwells for ReMinD so far. The shop, pretty aggressive positioning of the shop. But nothing game-breaking yet. I think it will be... of course, the Dryads and Bears. On the other side, we will see Fiends and either Destroyers or Frostworms. So here's the Naga, the obvious choice. Some people go for a Pendant Brewmaster, but I think it's pretty common to go for that Naga. And it works pretty well so far. A few experience points already gotten by slowing down the units and killing them, but 120 is making a good job so far, keeping the ghouls all safe. It's 5 archers, that's a lot. Don't know if it's really necessary to go that far. Only 200 gold at the moment. I think he started to producing the lores to get bears rather quickly. Oh, Jesus, these lags are annoying. Maybe I should restart it. Because in Heroes of the Storm it worked pretty fluently. Very, very passive early game. Of course, both players want the grand final. Not a single mistake should lead to a loss here. And finally, ReMinD has some time to creep himself up to level 3, which is so important because of the mana burn that we need on the tier 1 hero. And damn, it's really time to do this. To refresh the stream a bit. The lags are driving me nuts. And I think we won't miss any important stuff here. Okay. Of course it's not working now. Shit. Of course the ads are loading faster than the stream itself. Well done. Okay, and here we go. I think the fight is about to happen. This stream seems to be more stable than before. So the first Fiend arrived, the first statue is there, 120 is ready. The Lich as well, waiting for the Orb of Corruption to increase the damage because it lowers the armor of units. But ReMinD is playing Talons. That's of course a reason for more archers. But why? I mean, everything is doing additional damage against it, like Fiends, Destroyers, everything. I don't want these rockets. Okay. I don't really see the reason to go for that, but maybe it's because of Fury Fire? I don't know. Red Spot creep by 120. It's level 3 for the DK. And the Health Stone. Pretty nice. Demon Hunter scouting this, creeping the Red Drake at the same time. Of course, Fury Fire fastens up the creeping, and it is the perfect item for ReMinD. The Flute of Accuracy, 10% more damage for all the ranged units that the Night Elf has in its army. And that's basically everything except the Demon Hunter, since he's not switching to bears or whatever, mountain giants, anything. So Naga should be around level 2 at the moment. No fancy items for the undead. What did he find the red spot? I didn't see it. But, okay, there's no Dispel now. That means Book of the Dead would be awesome. It is double Engine of Wind. That's the tactic that ReMinD prepared. He knows, okay, 120, if I play standard, he will just crush me like he did in the winner bracket semi-final. But if I play something else, maybe I can catch him off guard. There's the first Destroyer, second red spot, goes towards 120 as well. Mana Stone now, perfect item for him. From the west comes ReMinD, but what can he accomplish with only the talents? They are, of course, awesome against the ghouls. But against the fiends, of course he can cyclone them, he can take out the heroes and just fight the army alone, maybe with his Demon Hunter. Nova killing that null, very well done. Level 2 on the Lich, so plenty of mana now from Dark Ritual. And the illusions not put to the best use, I feel. Battle for the items here. Both have an Invu Potion, but here's the first Cyclone. There is only one Dispel from the Destroyer, and that's about it. Okay, second Dispel here, immediately done, but there's plenty of talents, plenty of Cyclones. No coil at the moment. Fort Lightning against the Ghouls, and this is working pretty well so far. First Hippogriff up in the air. There is one Fiend, but no Web at the moment. Next Cyclone coming in. Okay, there is Web, finally. Naga level up to level 3, and the entire army of 120 is gone. There are only the 2 Destroyers left. Of course, he can't attack them with the talents, but he can focus on the heroes and on the Fiends. DK again, only... Okay, there is one coil left. Invu Potion being used on the Demon Hunter and on the Lich. There has to be a coil, but there's no mana anymore. Cyclone again, no coil for... Oh, Dispel, that's so important. Can he get a coil? Oh, no! Fog Lightning comes early! And here's the focus against the Demon Hunter, but Staff out. Lich is gone. The Orb of Corruption is gone. ReMinD Town portaling out, losing a lot of units in the process, but that Cyclone play against the Undead is completely new. And yeah, what can you do without a coil? What can you do without a coil? The only unit that can dispel for the Undead is a Destroyer, and that costs 5 supply. And a lot of resources. Expansion by ReMinD. What a genius! What a genius play he does here. So, what's 120's reaction to this? What is 120's reaction to this? So far, I have no idea. Well, he has to play the same like Blade Master or Torrent Chieftain against Night Elf now. Invul Potions is a must. He has the Area of Effect. He has, of course, Nova and Fog Lightning. Something +6. Maybe Boots of Quel'Thalas. That would be awesome. Or the Roar of the Magi would be awesome for the Naga. 120 now. Oops, the dragon is gone. There's nothing on my side to creep now. But I think he should have seen the expansion. Well fought, definitely by ReMinD in the first game. But plenty of experience for the Undead as well, because the talents are so squishy. More Fiends is the logical counter, because piercing and magic damage does not that well to them. And they produce high damage against the talents. But what can the heroes do? It is the Boots of Quel'Thalas. It is +11 damage already on the Demon Hunter. Almost level 4. So level 2 evasion is not that far away. Shop control by ReMinD. He needs to get the Invul Potions, to buy the Invul Potions away from the Undead, because then he can Cyclone them. Level 4. Alright. ReMinD seems to be well equipped here. Health scrolls everything. The items for 120. Lich is empty. I don't know what's on the DK and on the Naga. There is level 3, and there is no Invul Potion. Okay. There is level 3 on the Lich, so he needs these Area of Effect spells. And he needs to get them out, and that's not gonna be that easy, because Cyclone. Oh no, stream is frozen. Here we are back again. ReMinD only defending his expansion. When this comes through, the game is a pretty easy one for him. Three Fiends, 2 Destroyers. I think he will morph one more statue, so he has 3 Destroyers, 3 times Dispel. It's a lot of mana that the Destroyers soak up, and so it's plenty of damage. So it's gonna be very, very interesting how this fight turns out. Both players around 50 food. 2 destroyers up in the air. Where's the third one? He's not morphing at the moment. Here comes the first Nova. Well fought. First Talon down. Cyclone being dispelled immediately. Nice reposition of 120. Using that web. Going a bit back to kite the units here. Oh boy, that Fiend is down. The Abomination in front, but can be Cyclone as well. The DK almost the entire fight up in the air, but oh, what a dispel! Here comes Nova, but no follow-up. Good timing so far, and of course the Abomination is doing nothing against the Talons. It's easy pickings. Heal Scroll being used. Cyclone again. How much mana is there left on the... He cannot use his coil. He cannot use his coil, and he can't save the Fiends. Here comes the focus on the Demon Hunter being staffed out. Town Portal by the Naga. Can he kill more Fiends? Can he kill more Fiends? One is dead. I don't know. I don't know if 120 can win this. But he keeps his units alive. His micro is great. His dispels are on point. But he can't really do severe damage at the moment. And here we go again. This is the Cyclone Dispel. And I don't think the Talons are a good choice. Fork Lightning killing 2 at the same time. The micro of the Destroyers is super awesome, but he needs a coil. He needs to coil 2 of them at least. Trying to focus the Demon Hunter out of this one. Heal Scroll being used. Fork Lightning a little too late. Destroyers losing their HP. The Archers really have to deal with them, but they can't do too much. Oh, there's Nova! Follow! No, the staff saves ReMinD! The staff keeps ReMinD alive, but the units, they're all falling. Nova to the Archers. 35 supply only left. 33 now. Oh boy, ReMinD. Finally, 120 found a solution. The micro of the Destroyers is awesome. And he goes towards the expansion. If he can kill this one, this might be his game. This might be the 1-0 for him. ReMinD comes in again. The Korean comes in again, but the Talons are falling like flies. One destroyer is down. The second one about to fall, but the Demon Hunter has to be careful. He needs this anti-air because he has only 2 archers left, and then the destroyers can do whatever they want and position themselves whenever they want. Fork Lightning, but nice deny of that Fiend, getting a bit mana out of it. And only 2 more dots available, only 2 more Cyclones. In the end, this pays off well. Another Nova hits the entire army of ReMinD, picking off one unit after another. And the third unit is about to die. One Plenty playing this so well, never overcommitting. And what can ReMinD do now? He's relying on his heroes. The Demon Hunter is looking strong, but is he looking too strong? I don't think so. He has to be staffed away over and over and over again. The expansion is gone. And this might be the 1-0 for 120. In theory, this sounded too well for ReMinD. Denying or disabling the heroes over and over again. But 120 found a solution with the third destroyer. And his dispels always on time. Expo is gone. He tried it twice to set it up. Both times it has been cancelled. I don't know if the Abomination is the correct choice here, but we'll see. Still 3 Fiends plan. Okay, there's no Nova anymore, but there's the GG by ReMinD. And yeah, this little dude, 19 years old, reigning supreme over the Night Elf, once again showing why he is the best undead in the world, and especially why his matchup against Night Elf is so great. And you see the lips of ReMinD in the right. He says, "Oh fuck, that was kind of my key to victory." He needs better anti-air. He needs to get rid of the destroyers, otherwise this won't work for him. Yeah. Checky is right. The area of effect damage of Lich and Naga really effective against the talents. Of course, the Fiends can tank a lot with their medium armor, so they can position themselves a little more aggressive. And yeah, do good damage. There were basically like 1 or 2 coils, but that was it. And he still kept them alive, especially the destroyers. That was crazy good. How he moved them back, sent them back in with Dispel, sent them back again. Awesome, awesome play by the Undead. Next map, as you can see, Amazonia. And we are waiting for the game to start. Can ReMinD come back from this? Does he have another strategy up his sleeve? Of course, we all know Amazonia is a great Night Elf map. War Chief Rich calls it his hometown. Okay, what can the old school player come up with here? He's 1 map away from being eliminated. This is map number 2. This is Amazonia. In the bottom left hand of this map, we see 120 again in blue. In the upper right, the legend, the second best Night Elf of all times. It's ReMinD. Undoubtedly so. So many trophies in his home. So much money on his bank account from Warcraft. So many good memories that he brought us with SK Gaming, with World Elite, and of course his solo tournaments. On the other side, we have a guy who was 5 years old when this game came out. And he's here fighting the best players in the world as an Undead. Alright. I'm pretty sure we'll see a Demon Hunter again. Will he play the Talents again? It's pretty interesting. I don't think so. Well, Mercenary Access is pretty hard here as well. So you can't really dispel with Shadow Priests or whatever. Same as it is on AI. But maybe 120 is just the better player at the moment. Will the crazy ReMinD story stop here on the second last day of the Golden Championship Series? Whew, Demon Hunter and Archer, an obvious very early level 2 for the Night Elf, as we will see. No Lightning Shield at the moment, so this will take some time. And will 120, okay, there it is. Will 120 go for the aggressive here? It doesn't make that much sense, because when you arrive with your hero, this creep spot is completely empty, and the other one doesn't really give that much experience, so maybe he should focus on creeping as well, and he does, as it seems. There we go, with some ghoul supports, going for the Renegade, creeping his way up to level 2 as well, to get the aura. This is Coil first build, something you rarely see against Night Elf, but if you continue to creep, then it's definitely the most logical choice to go for. But what are his nerfs doing? At WCA, he became shaky when matches were important, but there's no reason at the moment. He's leading with the 1-0. Okay, now he has the aura. Now he can go for the hunt. 1 hit and a coil kills a wisp. And of course that's 60 gold down the drain and some additional experience. And no mana can be burned. Or detonated, whatever. Tier 2 tech, Graveyard, the obvious Fiend build order that we are seeing here. And this time it's ReMinD, being the aggressive player in this game. But what can he accomplish here? Of course he can deny the creeping, but that slows him down as well. What is more important? Level 3 mana burn, level 2 mana burn, or level 2 coil? I'd say level 2 coil, especially if you go for Dryads and Bears. But this is a sign that ReMinD thinks like, okay, I can't win with Dryads and Bears. That he plays Talents here. Nice last hit. Nice last hit. The item went towards ReMinD, but still, experience is what counts. That little mental of intelligence won't break the game for 120. So once again, 3 archers, pretty normal. Well, we see 5 archers again. Especially on tier 3, these dudes are very, very good. At least if you don't have like a high level area of effect. And we did not see a Huntress Hole, right? So he might be going for the talents again. And yeah, if he keeps the heroes low, might be the key to victory. Might be the key to victory for the Korean. Didn't work as planned on game number 1. Is Amazonia the key now? Final map is gonna be Secret Valley, I guess. So, or Echo Isles, I'm not too sure, but I don't think so. So once again, very passive game. Level 2 and a third for both first heroes. So he really doesn't value his mana burn too high. Maybe he thinks, okay, your DK will be up in the air like 90% of the fight. Why should I focus on this? But of course, if you have a low level DK, you will have low level heroes on the other side as well. Like Naga and Lich. But I don't think we'll see an engagement before one of these first heroes gets to level 3. 36 food for the undead. But of course we're waiting for the fiends, for the destroyers. And against the Naga you can't really do anything if you don't have a second hero. Shredder. And I'm still curious if he has a Huntress Hole. I didn't see it. Maybe I just didn't notice, but the creeping with the ghouls is very, very nice. This will mean level 3. No ghoul has been lost. And there it is. Reju Potion, the perfect item at the moment. You can use it right away. And ReMinD's getting ready for his natural expansion once again. This is a big spot. This is a risky spot. 2 slow golems plus the stun rock golem. It is a dangerous situation, but what can one DK do? Killing an archer, that is. But he's tanking a lot of damage. Maybe he thinks, okay, I got this Reju Potion. I can overcommit for once, then heal up, then try to crush him. In the meantime, we see the lores, so this is way more standard than the first game was. ReMinD relying on the core strength of the Night Elf, what they play in almost every matchup. And there's a Lich second this time. He doesn't want to counter the Naga with a Naga on its own. So more Nova, less Fork Lightning. But yeah, he's getting ready for that push. Maybe he's playing it without a Naga, or he's getting it now. Is there enough gold? I'm not quite sure. Nah, that's not. So he has to wait to get the Naga or play this dual hero. But it's only 2 Dryads at the moment. This might be a great time for 120 to push. Of course, he has to fight against the Moonwells. ReMinD will not take this fight outside of his base, or should not at least. And there's the Naga. That was what 120 was waiting for. High damage output with the right clicks. And of course slowing down the units. And here we go. The creep goes towards 120. Well positioned the ghouls have been. And we have the Watcher wards. So he can scout both exits of the main if he wants to. Oh boy, the demon, the DK in problem has to use the Invo Potion right away. Tries to counter with a Nova, but not enough. No surround or whatever. Master Bear is now finally on the table. But 120 can never fight this. Still level 1 Lich. Almost no mana anymore. There's one coil and that's it. Will he use it against the Demon Hunter? He's well aware. ReMinD is well aware. Keeping his first hero low. But there's a Shredder. And this can be slow. But there's a Staff. But this exposes the bear. No Reachu at the moment. Nova, is it enough though? Here comes the coil right before the mana burn connects. Crazy, but he remains alive. Good micro by ReMinD as well. And a little lucky too. But now it's 3 bears versus a few ghouls. Fork Lightning hits the DK. He has to be so careful about the Demon Hunter as well. A game on a knife's edge. Whose hero is gonna fall first? There's plenty of mana there on the Lich. I don't really know. Is there another Nova? I don't think so. 120 has to retreat. Very well done by ReMinD. But so far there's no Destroyer. There's no Worm. And I think he's going for Worms. Otherwise he would have morphed one of his statues here in this fight. Only 1 Fiend available. No ghouls anymore. And there it is. The Boneyard. The mightiest unit in all of Warcraft will join the fray. So he has like 3.5 heroes. But at the moment it's more creeping. And ReMinD is stealing the rock spot. The natural expansion spot. And that can be huge. But it's 4 Watch Awards at the moment on 120's DK. He might have to sell this. But he has 500 gold. Just lumber problems. Did he pull all the ghouls? I'm not too sure. Demon Hunter with a big mana potion. It's okay for the Naga. But nothing special. Health or Inwool would have been way worse. And now the Merc creeps by both sides. Can drop auras. Flute would be awesome. Rune Bracers. Nah. And wow. What a scouting. What a scouting. Of course. Okay, he had the Watch Award. No, he just planted it, right? He just planted the Watch Award when he arrived. So he scouted it in the exact split second where the expansion starts to build. Holy cow. And it's Boots of Quel'Thalas again. It's a nice Naga with a lot of mana and a Demon Hunter with a good amount of damage. They're going for the red spot. ReMinD is too far away. And of course 120 knows where his opponent is. He can control the game entirely. He's not keeping his DK away. He's even tanking with it a bit. That's not what you want. But it takes him ages. And here comes ReMinD. Oh, nice clap. Everything is slowed. Ay, ay, ay. And the DK has a town portal. Might have to pull it. But the Nova saves him the gold. Very well done. But now, of course, the Granite Golem is exposed. ReMinD trying to go for the expansion one more time. But the Watch Award is scouting this. And the Shade as well. Everything is scouted for 120. He has the perfect info of his opponent. And it's crazy how the spells connect before the mana burn hits him. It's just amazing. Here's the first Frostmourne. Is that what he was waiting for all along? He can deal with the bears now. It's only 3 of them. 50 food versus 50, I think. No one is breaking. ReMinD does not want to break without an expansion. 120 does not want to break in general, but he's at 56 now because of the worm. And he knows, okay, I have to invest some gold into my army. I can't stay on no upkeep anymore. I need to do something against this Expo. At the moment, nothing is building for him. 1,000 gold, 57 food. This is Zokul style. Kinda. Okay, now he's investing. Now he is investing. He has severe lumber problems. And I think ReMinD is switching to more Dryads now. There's only 3 Fiends, so it's okay to do that. But it's crazy how scared both players are before this fight. What is the item situation? I'd love to know that. ReMinD is breaking as well. 68. Oh no, that is the undead. 68 for 120. $62 for the Night Elf. We are waiting for this one big clash where everything will collide, and I think it's about to happen. 2 Frostworms in the air, Invul Potion and a Staff on the Demon Hunter. Oh boy. Oh boy. He wants to take the Granite Golem. Is that a smart choice? I'm not too sure. ReMinD is flanking in from above. He cannot take this. But maybe he wanted to bait him into this fight. Expose him a little. And when ReMinD retreats, he can take care of the Granite. Oh boy. Level 4 on the Demon Hunter. I don't think there's heal scrolls or anything on the Naga. But as I mentioned, I'm not too sure. The Abomination is so important to soak up the damage. The Hippogriff is gone. He invested a lot in this. 1 Coil Nova. But of course, the statues are providing the needed mana. 2 Abominations now. 78 food. The army constellation for 120 seems to be perfect. 1 Destroyer now for Dispel. And of course, additional damage. The staff has been gone. He can't save his Naga at the moment. He can't save more bears. $120 looking too dominating at the moment. ReMinD is afraid of committing to this fight. He does not want to do this. But now he's near his Moonwealth. Maybe he can send the units back. Here we go. Fork Lightning immediately to the air, but it's not doing that much. He wants to focus it out. But, oh, the Hippogriffs are good. Good job. There's no web at the moment. He's trying to deal with it with the Worms itself and the Lich. 2 illusions, and they are tanking a lot of damage from the Dryads. They move with A-click. That's a big mistake. 1 bear down, the second one about to fall, but the statue for healing, he needs to be microed away. He's going for the Demon Hunter. Coil Nova coming in. The Frostworm shots are coming in as well. The Invul Potion has been used, but here comes Fork Lightning. DK in problems. The 2 Worms still alive, and almost no damage to them. DK stays in the fight. Coil, the bear is down. The final bear is down. Here comes the Demon Hunter again. There is no... Yeah, there is a town portal. And the bear stays... No, does not stay alive. What a last hit combo. Killing that Dryad and the bear during the town portal. And now it's 47 versus 67. Look at the army. Everything is hurt. But it all remained alive. ReMinD has to do something now. He has the expansion. But what's it worth? What's it worth? It's easy to snipe the Dryads. And now he has web. The Hippogriffs make no sense anymore. This seems to be like 120 advancing to the grand final, but never say never. If he kills the expansion, this should be it. ReMinD is well aware. 72 food. He's trying to fight, to force the fight here. Once again, Fork Lightning. Is he going for the hero kill? So far, it doesn't really look like it. Nice focus on the bear, but staffed out in time. 1 Invul Potion on the Demon Hunter. The DK, always very, very passive. Tries to get in, then gets out again, baiting a bit. The bears are falling like flies. Of course, there's so much magic damage coming in. And the spells, and the Orb of Corruption. Level 3 on the Lich. 65. ReMinD has no solution against the Worms. And he's trying to go with bears and with hippos, but I think it's wasted gold. You see it here. Coil Nova immediately. No Fog Lightning at the moment. It seems to be enough. There is 1 more Invul Potion and then it's it. Maybe his staff can save him. The Lich is in trouble. Invul Potion saves him, and of course this will last longer than the one on the demon. Here's the staff. One worm is down, so only one to go. A lot of dryads now, but of course there is the orb and fiend combo, and now one more abomination to tank the damage. He is going for the tree of life. Will it be enough? Will ReMinD be able to intercept this kill? I don't think so, but we'll see about that. Here he comes, full focus to the tree. Gets back now. There's so much to catch. First dryad down, 2 more injured. And there's no repair. Okay, now there's repair. ReMinD needs to buy some time. But for what? But for what? A Hail Mary on a hero? Something that forces 120 to get away? I don't think anything like this is working. Not even the plus... what is it? Plus 14 Demon Hunter. Abomination being safe, Fog Lightning connecting, but more Fiends, of course, the natural counter to more Dryads. He's trying to get the Demon Hunter. Is there another Nova? Nah, the Lich very aggressive, so a lot of mana burns hitting him. And as long as the Worm and the Destroyer remains alive, the Bears are no threat to the Undead. This time it's enough! With Fog Lightning cancelling the staff. No escape possible. He's no Houdini. He got his Tree of Life back up, but without his first hero, without the Demon Hunter, without the mana burn, what can he accomplish against 64 food of undead and 3 great leveled heroes, almost level 5. He has to get him back at the tavern. This is costing so much resources, but he is forced into this. He's forced into this. 39 food ReMinD about to drop out of the tournament, and the Tree of Life is gone. And the Tree of Life is gone. 68 food, 44 for the Night Elf, plus the heroes. There is little faith in ReMinD, and we will most likely see an undead in the finals against the Emperor Infi. Crystal Ball, alright. Bad item. But he can chill now. He can relax. ReMinD suffered a lot in this siege that broke the Tree of Life at the end. But he's not willing to give up. How far is the Demon Hunter away from like level 6? He's still level 4, right? Because he didn't kill that much. Okay, the Abominations, he got rid of them. Oh! The main gold mines are dry. 120 is expanding. And that's why he's so passive. Of course he knows, well, there's a Tree of Eternity. He can easily walk over there. I have to build an expansion on my own. I need to create a lot of space on the map to get this expo running and then defend it. Can he get rid of the Tree of Eternity? He's trying to get the second hero, working well so far, but Rejo and the Moon will save him. The Bear's immediately in focus, and one melts away. 2 worms up. The Abomination stays alive. So far everything is good again for the undead. Demon Hunter in focus. Coil not used offensively, but to save the worm. Still up in the air. The Ancients of Lore have to fight now. Wood Shield has to fight now. That slows down the production of the Night Elf as well. Oh, ReMinD. What can you do here? Once again the Demon Hunter in the focus. But there's only a bit Moon Juice left. He's taking care of the Naga with Nova and Fog Lightning. And it's the Demon Hunter about to follow. That was the last Moon Juice. It's all dry. It's all gone. How much more nuke comes from the undead heroes? GG, congrats, and that's it. 120 is in the grand final of the NetEase ladder. He's been dominating this ladder for month and month and month. No one was able to catch him because he practiced so much. And this is well deserved. An undead in the grand final. It's been way too long. It's been way too long. And we can all cheer. The Scourge can cheer. We have a new hero again. But it's not just any human. It's Infi. And we all know how good he is against undead. How good he is in keeping expansions up. And this is 120's biggest challenge here in the entire tournament. He's advancing. 24,000 yuan now is his bounty. And yeah, we have our grand final. Pretty sad for ReMinD. He didn't stand a chance at all. He tried some creative stuff in map number 1. He tried some usual stuff in map number 2, but especially on Amazonia, this was a demonstration of force. This was how you play Undead versus Night Elf. Like, no chance for ReMinD throughout the entire game. Map control of 120 was so good. And of course, the 4-Watcher wards and the Shade helped a lot. But his nukes are on point, his coils are always on point. In general, his timing is off all charts. And yeah, we'll see the final on Sunday. I think it's 13 CET as well. So yeah, let's take a final look on the stage. Maybe we'll see 120 again. Both players leaving the area. No. Looks a bit like Cassandra. But yeah, that's it for the Golden Championship Series today. I really have to get to work. My boss is awaiting me since I skipped the early hours of my schedule today because they were so late starting this game. So it's been fun. Of course, the VODs will be up on our YouTube as always. If you enjoyed this, feel free to follow, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube, feel free to donate some dollars here at PayPal or buy our merchandise. We have the new Yours merchandise available, and of course make sure to check our Esports in China 2007 documentary series that is up on our YouTube as well. Thanks a lot, guys. This is Neo, back to Warcraft. Bye bye. See you tomorrow for Rust Brain Cup qualifier number 2. Entire Warcraft weekend once again here at Back to Warcraft. Adios.